Hey, what's up? What's up? We're going to look at some charts here quick. We're going to go over some news also and try to get a grip on, will crypto keep pumping? Will it go back down? Will it make new lows? Is the bottom in? Do we think it's going to pump? Is the bull run on? All that stuff. We're going to get into it. Be sure to hit that like. Be sure to subscribe and watch this video because we're going to look at some very important stuff. It's going to answer a lot of your questions that I'm getting from people all over the place. All right. Here we go. We're going to start off looking at the Ethereum chart. So here's the Ethereum chart. We're on the 30-minute time frame. And I made this channel here that Ethereum is pumping up from. As we go from here, this is July 13th here. And we've been pumping ever since at a pretty rapid pace. We hit a bottom. This is when the inflation numbers came out on July 13th. There was a knee-jerk reaction and everything went down. And then it's been kind of up only since then. It went down to just over $1,000 and it's pumped up to a high so far of about 1630, and it's traveled in this very steep channel. Okay, it's been bouncing, and now we're at this point. What's going to happen here? Well, what's going to happen here is this is either going to go up or it's going to break this channel and invalidate it and come down somewhere. Does that mean it's flying? Here we go to new lows? No, that's not what that means. It's just the price moves in waves: up, sideways, up, down, sideways. Now we're going to go up, down, or well, you go sideways till you go up or down. You know what I mean? So I'm watching this. I did take a short on Bitcoin right here, and that I'm slightly in the profit, 23,409. So let's take a look at Bitcoin next. Before we do that. So if this breaks down, I see support at here around mid 14s, and then the next support is here probably at this level about 1400, and then we go down here to about mid 1300s. Okay, and then after that we got a whole bunch of rungs to hit on the way down. I think now one thing I really want to show you here that's really important to notice is this. Okay. This volume range here, a lot of volume here, so that would be a pretty strong support zone. Here's a pretty strong support zone here also, around, again, higher mid 1400s. We got some volume going on here. Now, if it can go above, that's interesting. That's really interesting. Check this out. Now, we went to the daily here on Ethereum, so I want you to see this. Here's where we are right now, okay? And it's the volume profile over here on this move down, okay? So it is relevant. We had all this volume here, hard to get through there. There's a whole bunch of volume right here where we're pretty much at now, although we are mostly above it. The next high volume zone is right here in the mid 1700s. Now let me show you something else. Now from this high right here on Ethereum to this high right here, again, we're moving within this channel, it was 28 bars. So let's measure 28 bars and see where we end up next. Check this out. 28 bars. Look at that. Puts us almost exactly at the bottom of that golden pocket. Now, don't you find that interesting? Almost right there. Let's do that again. 28 bars right there. Isn't that interesting? So if that move happens again, that would time out pretty perfectly and put us right around 1900. So this move right here, right, went from 1422 to 1634, so it went up about $210, and $210 from there would be about $18.50. 28 bars, not crazy, not crazy at all, not crazy at all to come up here at this golden pocket, and there's not a ton of resistance. So that's something to really keep in mind. We'll really be looking for Ethereum to either keep traveling in this channel or it will break it. And if it breaks down, let's draw the volume again. Okay, we'll go from down here to up here. Where's the volume been? That's a really strong zone right there, 1350. Very strong. This is also a very strong zone here at about 1470. So if this breaks this channel and breaks below 1470, where you see that high volume right here, if it breaks that, say over here, and it breaks that and comes down into this area, it's probably going to drop to about 1350. That's something to really keep in mind for you looking to take shorts out there. Now, with that said, If it bounces off this, I would expect it to continue. It could go crazy and work our way all the way up here to 1900. That seems crazy, right? But that's how big it was. 28 bars, 28 bars on this straight line in this channel. Okay, let's look at Bitcoin. Psych. Before we do that, let's take a look at Lever Atlas, our momentum indicator down here, to see what it's showing us. So to me, it's showing momentum going down. That's what these waves basically measure as momentum. And here's green and red is cash flow, money flow. Momentum seems to be moving down. Money flow seems to be moving down. After this big ass move, it just kind of makes sense to me that we could see it break this channel. Now that doesn't mean we're coming down here to set new lows. I would love that because I want to buy this as low as possible because I don't care what price does. I want it to go low as possible. I'm planning for the next bull cycle after the Bitcoin halving. Okay, so I don't think that's going to happen, but like we said, 1450, 1350 probably ends up in this zone if it breaks that channel. That seems quite possible with Lever Atlas here. Link in description if you want to get Lever Atlas. Now let's look at Bitcoin. So here's Bitcoin, and we are on the 2-hour chart. Again, Bitcoin, let's see if we can, well, this right here is the 200-week heat map. Consider it the moving average. Resistance, broke it. Now, it's quite possible that it's flipped this into support, okay? Now, I know these channels, I couldn't get a hard read on Bitcoin. It's either, this would either be the bottom of the channel or this would be the bottom of the channel, somewhere in here, okay? So that's what I'm looking at. If Bitcoin comes down, it could hit that, it could hit that, it could hit that. Here we are, 21.3. That would be a pretty strong zone. And you know what? Let's draw some volume real quick, see what we find. Very strong support zone here at 22,250. Now I'm in a short from 23.4, I think, so that would be a nice little move for me. But if it goes through there, you could actually really definitely see the next support zone being about 21.3, because that's this next high volume thing. Because volume just goes down and starts ramping up, which would put us right around this Fibonacci here, so maybe 21.4, 21.3, something like that. If Bitcoin breaks above this channel, then it's broken out of the channel and away we go. But it could just come back down, stay within the channel. I'd say come to somewhere like here, which would line pretty well with 22.2 basically, and then go back up and stay in this channel. I'm leaning that this is probably the bottom of the channel, but I have this one here just in case to give me some stuff. Now, Lever Atlas down here is a little different compared to Ethereum because this is the 2-hour time frame. We have the momentum indicator printing a red dot indicating a top up here, but it's not a divergence, right? Momentum, what I was showing you before was a bearish divergence where price was going up and momentum was going down and cash flow was going down, money flow. But we made a higher high over here. Now, Ethereum has been leading the market ever since the Merge news came out. Bitcoin has been kind of slow to it, so Bitcoin might just be kind of catching up to Ethereum's insane rocket that it's been on. Be careful of FOMO, FYI. Hit that like, hit that sub. Let's keep looking at this stuff. So we got this volume going on. Very interesting. But that's what we got for you today. Let's look at some news. Be sure to join the Daily Crypto Bull Discord if you haven't. And you click the link in the description, it'll bring you here. And the Discord link is right here. This is the resources page that we're on. The link in the description should do that. And if you want to learn more about trading and how we're able to make profit here, I'm making Bitcoin profit as the price goes down. If you want to learn how to do that, at least how I do it, take this masterclass. It's free. Okay, and Lever Atlas is that indicator we're looking at. And for the love of God, get yourself a ledger. Stop leaving your stuff on exchanges. If you haven't learned that lesson from Celsius and Voyager, etc., you're going to learn it one way or another. Just don't pay to learn that really easy to learn lesson. Get that. And this is where we're trading crypto, by the way. This link will give you a 3.5% first time deposit bonus. That's where we're trading the crypto over here. So let's go to the news. Hi. Okay, here we go. Oh, not yet. What's this guy doing? So here's an article on CoinDesk talking about the Ethereum Merge because it's easy to see things going down, but the merge is the thing that's giving people hope, okay? So is the merge driving the rally? I think it's certainly a significant part of it, in my opinion. ETH at this time writing this, it's up over 45%. I believe CoinDesk is owned by Digital Currency Group, by the way, so something to just keep in mind. So Nathaniel Whitmore, an influential podcaster and committed industry observer, suggested as much in his latest episode of The Breakdown. I'm not familiar with Nathaniel Whitmore, but maybe you are. On Twitter, Discord, and other places, people discuss crypto. There's a growing acknowledgement that the merge could drive markets. I think it already is, But here's the thing, rumor and news. This isn't a rumor. I mean, we'll get to that. Ethereum developer Tim, I don't know his name, Bieko, proposed September 19th during an open developer call for the network to finally switch from proof of work to proof of stake. Now, open call, they actually do that on YouTube. You can find the Ethereum Foundation, right? They do the Ethereum core developer call every other Friday, and I think they do at least some kind of call every Friday, but the core dev call, core developer call is every Friday. So that's what happened last Friday. Was Tim was on there and he said September 19th seems to be it. What's shocking to me is on these calls, with this being such a big thing, there's almost nobody on there. Like when I'm on there, because you can just tune in, it's just on YouTube, and it's live. And you're on there and there's like 40 people. 40 people. Are you kidding me? Because no one knows about it. So I'm telling you about it. You want some alpha? Get on those calls. They're kind of boring. But boy, they say some stuff. And they usually say it fairly early. The event signals, Whitmore suggests, return of optimism. This is a big thing we're going to talk about here. Hit that like if you haven't yet. Merge is filling a narrative void, right? Because we've just been in down-only mode, and it's been feeling kind of depressive. The stories crypto folks can tell each other's about the technology is reshaping the world. So here they go on to talk about narratives, which I appreciate, actually, because narratives are a big, big deal. It's about sentiment, right? Don't be emotional. Well, yeah, but, people are emotional, and people are the market. Narratives are useful for people to coordinate actions alongside shared beliefs, but they also can be dangerous delusions, like Three Arrows Capital founder Zhu Shu, his idea of the super cycle, the idea that most recent crypto rally was sustainable. Also, they're saying there's going to be virtually no sell pressure when the merge happens. Who said this? Oh, Ethereum Jesus. What a name. Also biased. When your name is Ethereum Jesus, you're a little biased. Everyone who's staking is locked up. What the staked ETH is holding until it repegs. Anyone who had their money in Voyager Celsius is locked in bankruptcy proceedings for 5 to 10 years. That is absolutely not a fact, not even remotely close, nor is this a fact, okay? I'm just trying to develop a well-rounded picture. I'm not saying here, I know exactly, listen to me, but I'm trying to be skeptical of the positives and the negatives, okay, and try to find something balanced. So here I like how they get into this. Still a risky trade. The hope is that a dump won't follow. The merge represents a combination of years of work, countless brain cycles, nearly immeasurable there's only like 3 test nets, and ETH's biggest backers, okay? Crypto is not immune, Whitmore says, and a true bull market likely won't return until the Fed ends tightening. And I would actually go to that and say pause pivots, which could be a pause or a straight up pivot. Ending tightening would certainly be a pivot. Lowering interest rates would be a pivot, because tightening is about monetary policy with selling bonds or buying bonds, the Fed doing that. If they're selling bonds, they're sucking money out of the economy. If they're buying bonds, they're dumping money into the economy, dollars, that is. That's the tightening and easing. Interest rates raising, bad for markets. Interest rates lowering, good for markets. So that's a pivot. But if they just pause and say, we don't think we're going to raise interest rates anymore, that's a pause. That's a change in direction, okay? But in the meantime, it seems crypto has another narrative. Here's one more article I found on Fortune. Why is the price of Ethereum soaring? Analyst cites 2 certainties. So it talks to Yui Yang, I don't know how to say his name. Upward movement is the result of 2 certainties. First is the recently confirmed date of the Ethereum Merge. Second is the calming of macroeconomic fears. Now, is there an actual calming of macroeconomic fears? I wouldn't necessarily say that. I would say yes and no. Yes and no, there's a calming, okay? But will it sustain? Actually, if you see the price movement tick by tick, this time it's more of an ETH leading Bitcoin, like we were saying before when we were looking at the charts and talking about it. Another notable thing is obviously the upgrade scalable, but staking rewards will rise from a current 4% to more likely 6 to 7%. So that's very interesting. So he's making a point that people will leave a lot of their Ethereum staked. Obviously staked Ether on Lido. It's up 42%. You can get ST-ETH, which is pegged to ETH. You can actually get it for less than ETH. So when it comes time to redeem staked ETH for ETH, I don't care where this price is sitting at, you're going to get the equivalent amount of ETH. So pro tip, you can get Ethereum at a discount if you buy staked ETH and wait for it to get unstaked so that you can redeem it. Not a bad idea in my opinion. One last thing he said is after the Fed Open Market Committee, FOMC next week, the Fed meeting, July 27th, 6th and 7th. On the 7th, they'll actually announce the interest rate. We should have some quiet times for central bank-driven macro fears, Yang said. Now, fear shocks. Now, that's strong to me, but we roughly will from the Fed because they take August off. They won't be back till September. We will get the inflation numbers for July in August, and the Fed won't be coming out anytime soon until September. So the FOMC meeting, did it get changed? It's supposed to be the 26th and the 27th. Okay, here it is, 26th and 27th. And they take all of August off, and their next meeting won't be until basically 2 months later. There will be 2 inflation reports before they get back together in September. Here's the CPI reports, right? In August, they'll come out, or August 10th and September 13th. August 10th will be for July, and September 13th for August. And again, there's going to be 2 CPI reports by the next time they meet because they take all of August off. They could have an emergency meeting announcement. I don't know if they will do that. What will be interesting to hear them say next week on the 27th, because that's when we'll really hear from them, what they plan on doing in September. What they say about September, because they plan on getting to 2.5%, right? Are they going to do a 0.75 or a full 1% at this meeting right now? And that would put us at, if they do a full percent, that would put us at 2.5%, and they plan on getting to 3.5% by the end of the year. Jerome's Powell is going to be very, as elusive as he can be about what their options are for September. He's going to say, we're going to let the data roll in for the next 2 months while we're in Bermuda and the Caribbean and vacationing and whatever, the Hamptons, wherever the hell they go. We're going to see what happens, and then we'll blah, 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 blah. So this is going to be an interesting period. We're going to have 2 CPI reports, 2 inflation reports. August 10th and September 13th. I keep repeating myself, but just so you know. And then they'll come out and do this. So this right here on the 21st of September will be when they come out and say, here's what we're doing. 2 inflation reports. So I don't know what's going to happen in the market in that time. Pay attention. Just keep paying attention. Very interesting times. That's all I got for you today. Hit the subscribe. Hit the like. Stay classy. Keep paying attention to crypto. Do not leave. The best time to make money is right here. Look at this chart, lifetime chart of Bitcoin. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. We're in a down period. These blue lines are Bitcoin halvings. Look what happens to price after the blue line. Boom, boom, boom. Here's the next blue line. He's predicting the future. No. This is when it'll be. It'll be March or April 2024 with the next halving. What's going to happen to price, guys? Boom. Don't leave. The people that got rich here was back here because they were buying back here. The people that got rich here, it's because they were buying back here. Guess what the people are going to be that get rich here? They're going to be the people that buy right here. Straight up. Hit the subscribe. You're awesome.